like a boss.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alex, your toxic dating coach. And today we're going to talk about how to use seductive eye contact to get a guy interested. It doesn't mean it's going to get a guy invested in you, but it's definitely going to get a guy interested, especially if you know him in school, in a professional work setting. I wouldn't recommend you doing this with your boss. It's just not a good look. I would recommend you doing this with anybody that you feel like that will not affect your career, okay? And this actually works because it sends mixed signals. You see, people are always trying to interpret things. And anytime they get something that's irrational, anytime they get something that they don't understand that goes against the norm, it's really seductive, and it's something that sticks in your mind. I was chatting with somebody at work, not at work, at the YMCA where I go play basketball. And this lady was telling me, she was talking to me about how some people weren't going as much. But her eyes, she was telling me about the YMCA, but her eyes were telling me something completely different. And she's cute, don't get me wrong, but the fact that the way that she was looking at me in a very flirtful manner made me find her way more attractive. Okay, now that don't mean I'm gonna go for my fucking I was gonna say a 300-pound gorilla, but from a fucking big old person that I would never find attractive, and then finding her attractive. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if I'm borderline into her, this could push me in a direction towards her. So this is how you do it, right? Essentially, you pretty much talk normally, right? You pretty much talk normally, but then as you're having a conversation, you begin to give them a look almost as though something that they know as well, right? So for example, you could say, "Hey Alexa, how are you?" Right? And I'm like, "I'm pretty good, you?" Right? You get what I'm trying to say? So it could be that you're talking about the weather. You could be like, "Yeah, man, the weather, man, it's so fucking cold out there, man. I cannot stand it." You know what I'm saying? How you feeling? How you feeling out there? Literally that talk, you'd be like, is it flirting with me? Like, why is he giving me that look? Like, it's almost like, you're not, obviously, if I've created enough social capital with you and I've been polite with you, you're not going to think it's creepy. But you're definitely going to say, oh, what was that look? And then you don't talk to him like that all the fucking time, right? You give him that look every few times that you talk, right? So it could be like you guys talk 5 times. Let's just say in the week 5 times. You give him that subtle look like at least 1 time, right? For example, I had a classmate the other day tell me, Delexis, why didn't you go to the museum thing, right? And maybe she didn't even notice it, but again, I notice it because it's unconscious. It's a habit that I do sometimes. It's an unconscious habit that I notice myself do often, right? By the way, my course Nice Girl is available for sale. You could purchase Nice Girl in the description down below. It's usually available in November and July. I may make it available all year long next year, but I'm just letting you know all month long is going to be available to purchase it. So if you're a nice girl, go purchase it, or else I'm closing the channel. So this girl was like, the Lexus, blah, 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 why didn't you go to your museum? And I forgot what I said, but all I know, this just to give you an example of how this works. I was like, I gave her a look, I was like, I just wanted to stay. I just wanted to just keep drawing, you know. The pause, the look, and then saying something, to her it registers, what is he thinking, right? So for example, if somebody, when you ask somebody what you did this weekend, and they were like, so Tyrone, what you do this weekend? And you're like, it was nice. It was nice. How about you? You're like, wait a minute. What the fuck happened? You're gonna have to tell me what the fuck happened now, okay? See what I'm trying to say? It's almost like you give them a, and then you tell them, right? But they know something's up, right? So that's just a playful type of thing of like, well, it was a decent weekend, nothing crazy happened, right? And you get curious. But then there is the sexual part, where if a girl asks you, if a girl asks me, what am I doing? And I'll be like, not much, just going to play basketball. What are you doing? right? It's all in the subtleness, and then you shut it off, right? Then you shut it off, and then you talk normally. But it's all in the looks, right? So it could be that when you're talking to him, right, you literally lower your head and you look up and you're like, well, of course, that's not the case, and then you act, and then you talk normal, right? So you give him a certain look, you lower you lower your nonverbals, you lower the pitch of your tone. So it could be blah blah blah. I'm talking about something, and then all I do is I shut it off and talk a little bit slower with a little bit of deeper voice, with my eyes looking at you with a slight smile, right? All of those things brings people in because it doesn't go with what you're saying. You're sending a mixed signal. I'm saying something, but I'm also communicating with you non-verbally. And the person has to ask themselves, is this on purpose or not? Right? And that kind of not knowing what that look was, it gets stuck in the person's mind. And so they remember when they think of you, they remember this flirty look about you, right? But just make sure to keep yourself to be a polite person. Don't be so obvious that you want that dick, okay? Right? It's so another thing that you could do is actually not with eye contact, but with just your voice. So it's very similar to what I said. You talk very normal, very polite, but then you bring it down to a more sexier, sexual tone, right? It could be talking about anything, right? It could be, I love playing basketball, but I love watching it a lot more, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Anyways, what are you up to tomorrow, right? You just literally tone it down. Why? Because what it does is that you're pretty much putting sexuality where it shouldn't be, but it's not overt sexuality. It's a type of thing that you could get away with in normal society, as long as you're not somebody who's over sexual, somebody who's known as a creepy, or somebody who as long as you have a good reputation. And not known as somebody who will bang the balls for promotion, you could do this and get away with it because a person would just think about that look. It's very similar. I remember one time I was walking down the street and this girl just gave me a look like I want that date look, right? And I was like, that's not a normal look. And I went back to her. I was like, hey, you want that date? I didn't say that, but she gave me that look. It was like a cynical, bad girl type of look. And obviously she was not cynical, but she was definitely the type of girl that her dad would be very, very disappointed. But that look is what got me to approach her, right? You pretty much use your eye contact to invite a guy to approach you, to invite a guy to hit on you, to send mixed signals, to confuse a guy, to make him wonder whether or not you like him or not. So some other things that you could do is when you give him a flirty look, from time to time, you don't even look at the motherfucker. You don't even make eye contact with him. And that's another way to send mixed signals. It's all about sending a mixed signal. It could be, I like you, and then I don't like you. It could be, I'm being super polite, and now I'm giving you a very sexually suggestive look. Which one is it? I don't know, right? All of those things just makes people think about you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women of power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you can read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so most likely I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you can pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.